Hello, welcome to today's webinar brought to you by Key Lime Interactive. My name is Kelly Narcisse, and I'll be your host. Thank you all for joining us. So we're excited to talk with Key Lime Interactive's Director of Quantitative Research, Dana Bishop, about our Home and Renters Insurance Mobile Competitive Index Report that will be released at the end of March. This is a biannual report, and it's the first of its kind. Dana joined the Key Lime Interactive team last January and brings with her a wealth of experience working in the insurance, financial services, and travel industries. She has more than 20 years' experience in user research overall, with a concentration in the area of insurance during the past 12 years. Previous clients that Dana has worked with include State Farm, Liberty Mutual, USAA, and many more. Dana has more than a decade of experience running annual competitive benchmark studies for the insurance industry, measuring and tracking how the online experience for both prospects and customers of the top auto and homeowners insurance companies has evolved. She has fielded competitive insurance studies in North America, Europe, and Asia. This leads us now to present day, where Dana is leading KLI's Mobile Competitive Research Division, which includes competitive indexes and benchmarking in a variety of industries that include finance, travel, retail, and insurance. Okay, before getting started, let's quickly cover a couple of guidelines to keep in mind throughout the next 30 minutes. As you can see, there are widgets available on your screen for you to interact with. Feel free to post on Twitter during the webinar using the hashtag KLIEvents. You can also read about a presenter from the bio widget on the left. Lastly, feel free to submit any questions that may come up throughout the webinar in the Q&A window on your left. Although you may not get a live response, we will receive your questions via email and we will respond in a timely manner. So without further ado, this is a great place for me to have Dana kick off the first talking point.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today to learn more about our new Home and Renters Insurance Mobile Competitive Index Report. Our inaugural edition of the report will be published on March 31st, 2015, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity today to walk you through a few things, including the methodology behind the report, what and who will be included, and a few highlights from the report itself. But first, before we get into the details about this new report, for anyone who may not be familiar with Key Lime Interactive, I want to tell you a little background about us. We recently celebrated our 6th anniversary in business, and our focus is on acquiring customers, converting web traffic, and differentiating your customer experience. We're known for our custom research, our industry benchmarks and competitive analysis, like what we'll be discussing today, as well as strategic research and development. I'd like to start off by highlighting what makes our competitive reports unique and truly valuable to our report subscribers. First of all, we incorporate consumer preferences in terms of which features and capabilities they consider the most critical to have a successful mobile experience. We take exhaustive screenshots from behind the login and really give insight to all of the competitors and how all of the features and functionality is implemented on the sites as well as the mobile apps. And then, of course, we provide companies with unbiased third-party research. We do detailed analysis and descriptions. And as well, we've started to highlight industry trends and innovations that we're seeing either now or that we should be watching for coming in the future. So we're excited about that new aspect of our reports. We also report on what the key success factors are for the top-ranked companies. We highlight best-in-class features, and we also dig into some areas where some of the competitors could improve and why they're lagging behind the rest of the field. Here at Key Lime Interactive, we've been publishing reports in both the banking and auto insurance industries since 2015, and this year in 2015 we've added 2 new reports. Our mobile credit card report, which the first edition was published back in January, and now the second one coming out, the second one of that report series will be coming out in July. It'll be a biannual report. And then the report that we're discussing here today, which is a review of homeowners and renters insurance mobile sites and apps, will be publishing on March 31st. That will be our first edition of this report, and then it will come out again at the end of September. Again, a biannual each year in March and September. So I'd like to talk a little more in detail about the methodology and what is truly unique about it, which is that we're incorporating the value of features and capabilities as assessed by consumers into our review. So we take the value to customer, we do a review of features and capabilities and do a full assessment and review of that, then a comparative feature rating, and come up with our final rankings. These insights directly from the consumers are very important aspects of what we're providing to companies who subscribe to the report, and again, one of the really unique features in the research that we're doing here. So I'd like to further break down the aspects of our methodology. So value to customer, what we do is we conduct a consumer survey and a card sort. We have 500 participants, and they help to gather feedback about how customers are prioritizing features when they're using an insurance company's mobile property. So they're asked to rate the importance of different mobile insurance account capabilities on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is not at all important and 5 is very important, must-have on my mobile site or app. We take that, then we also combine it with a features and capabilities assessment. Our review of the primary mobile properties includes full verification of every company's capabilities. We take an unmodified score representing the feature coverage of the company's offering by category. This is a purely binary evaluation reflecting the possession of having a certain criteria or not having it. Then what we do with the scoring is we take those two aspects and we align both what customers value the most with our scoring system in terms of the categories the consumers consider the most important or more heavily weighted than those categories deemed less important. As a result, the insurance companies that are providing customers with what they really desire the most in the mobile experience receive the highest scores in our rankings. As I've stated, the value to the customer is an important part of our analysis, and we get that from our 500-person survey of smartphone owners. This is an overview of the demographics for those consumers. So they're all smartphone owners. In this case, they all have homeowners or renters insurance with the top U.S. insurance company. We use a mix of gender, age ranges, mix of household income, as well as a mix of education, majority with at least some college education. So that's the consumer profile of who is recruited to take our survey. This is a little insight into what the survey and the card sort look like from the user's perspective. We first ask them a series of questions about past usage and habits regarding using their insurance company's mobile app or mobile site, how they interact, what are their priorities. And then we ask them with a closed list of different features and capabilities that the apps and sites may or may not have. Some are sort of forward-looking features, if you will, and some are current features and capabilities in either all or most mobile properties. And we ask them to categorize them in terms and rate them in terms of the importance to them, ranging all the way from not at all important to sort of the middle ground of indifferent, neutral, to nice to have, must have, sort of on the high end of importance, and really to sort of click and drag over each one and categorize them in that fashion so that we can then do analysis and really focus on the things that are most heavily weighted in terms of importance to the majority of consumers that we're surveying. The next key component of our analysis is the capabilities assessment. We conduct an exhaustive examination and verification of each mobile site and app's capabilities. In this assessment, we provide a great level of detail and scorecards that record exactly who does and doesn't have each of the features and capabilities that we're reviewing. The next step in our analysis is to take the insights that we gained from the consumer survey and combine them with the capabilities assessment that we do to calculate a weighted overall score and ultimately rankings in order for overall, and then broken down by mobile site, iPhone app, as well as Android phone app. So on this side, you can see kind of an example of kind of those rankings, if you will. So this example is how the different insurance companies stack up in rank on the left-hand side, sort of overall for the mobile site category. Then on the right, we further break that down by category within mobile sites so that you can really see which insurance providers excel or lag behind in terms of specific features or capabilities in their mobile app, or in this case, their mobile site. So whether we're looking at policy details, secure login, ability to pay your premium, customer service, claims, getting a quote, and so on, we can really see the differences between the different companies in terms of those specific aspects of the mobile site or mobile app experience. So that's a quick look at how we come up with our rankings. However, I do want to mention that our competitive index reports are not merely a ranking report. We go far beyond that in terms of highlighting best-in-class features and then taking a good look at new trends and innovations happening within the industry. Some of these new innovative technologies and capabilities that we're looking at haven't yet made it into our capabilities assessment, so aren't actually part of the rankings that we're doing, but they're sort of living outside, if you will, because many of these trends and innovations are being offered usually only by one, maybe two companies, and in some cases they're even still in a beta or pilot program for a select number of customers. But we're finding that these are very noteworthy and interesting things to be looking at for future in the coming months, or whether it's the years ahead, and we like to include them within the report, not within the rankings, but within sort of their own section, if you will, just for forward-looking trends. Here's a few examples of best-in-class on the left, which is within our report and our rankings, and the example here is the located agent feature. And then on the right is an example from that Trends and Innovation section. And in this particular case, this example is actually highlighting one of the apps that is out there for making digital inventory of your personal property in case of loss or damage. And it's a way to catalog and inventory all of your belongings and have that information live on the cloud that can be accessed from anywhere at any time, and all through the use of documenting and taking photos using your smartphone or your tablet and uploading it, as I said, to the cloud. So these are one of those trends and innovations that we're not necessarily including within our rankings, but that we like to highlight within the particular industry that we're focused on. So I'd like to talk a minute about which insurance companies we're reviewing. So we've got 8 competitors here of the top U.S. home or renters insurance companies that are all being included in our March 2015 release. And they include Allstate, Farmers, Liberty Mutual, Nationwide, Travelers, State Farm, The Hartford, and USAA. I should mention that we also provide custom reports for companies that are not listed or included in the standard report, and this option is something that we're very pleased to offer, and are actually currently working on some customized reports for several companies that aren't included in the standard release of the report. If you're interested in that, you certainly can contact our sales team. Now, in terms of the actual mobile properties that we're reviewing, we are including all of the mobile sites as well as the iPhone apps and the Android phone apps in this report. So those are a few highlights regarding our methodology, some insights into what's included in the report. I wanted to wrap up my part here by quickly kind of reviewing what is in the overall full report. So it's the overall rankings, as well as broken down by category, which includes mobile site, iPhone app, Android phone app. There's also an iPad app section, which I hadn't previously mentioned. There are a few iPad apps, even though most competitors don't have them, but there is a section for that. We also have the comparative list of current mobile capabilities. That's the full assessment that we have done on the mobile apps and sites. We have a detailed scoring breakdown of those capabilities and features that we've reviewed, as well as a comprehensive assessment of best-in-class features. We've got all of the user feedback that we collected in the survey, including their preferences, as well as habits and usage related to mobile insurance usage, as well as that Trends and Innovation section that I previously mentioned. And lastly, I do want to mention that this is published biannually, March 31st and September 30th.
Thank you, Dana, and thank you, everyone, for attending the webinar today. Lastly, we want to go over the special webinar pricing that we're going to be offering everyone throughout today to Tuesday, March 31st, when the report will be released. Typical pricing for a single report is $12,000, and for our annual report, which will come with the March and September reports, is $21,500. You can lock in special webinar pricing today and through Tuesday, and that will give you the discounted price for $10,800 for the single report and $18,275 for an annual report subscription. So go ahead and contact Tracy at keylimeinteractive.com if you're interested in purchasing the report and getting that discounted pricing. So we hope you're able to get a lot out of our webinar today on our Home and Renters Insurance Mobile Competitive Index Report. This report is published biannually at the end of March and September. Feel free to submit any questions you may have in the Q&A box, and we will be sure to get back to you soon. You can also get in touch with Key Lime Interactive by emailing marketing@keylimeinteractive.com. Again, thank you for your time, and this concludes our webinar for today. Have a great day.